Merch alert.
That's right, you heard her. We have merch now. If you're looking for a mug, a hoodie, a shirt, a blanket, we're your people. Be sure to check out our exclusive I Was a Bravo Fan Before Scandal tees. They will be perfect to wear while watching the VPR reunion.
Check out the link in the description of the podcast or our Instagram bio. Hello, hello, hello. We are Bravo. We're Black.
Yes.
And we're back. And guess what, you guys? I have a very special guest with me today. You have not heard from this guest in, it seems to be a lifetime, because
oh my gosh,
it's been Leo season. Happy Leo season. And this guest partied so hard that they forgot that they had a whole podcast to come back to.
Listen,
Aaron.
y'all. I'm so happy to be back, guys. Honestly, this show was rocking. I want to say shout out to Kay because the show was rocking, honestly, without me. Like, I was like, do I even have to come back?
No, that's how I feel when you and Kendrick get up here and act ignorant.
Like, because you did so good. And guys, I was laying in bed watching old episodes of Teen Mom.
I can't wait to get into the Teen Mom talk that we do,
because it's a lot is going on. But if you guys want to watch like old episodes of Teen Mom, go on Paramount Plus and watch it because it's there. And like those episodes are really good. Really good. Peak of Teen Mom. But how are y'all doing? How's everybody?
What are y'all up to also? Like, how are you guys noticing that every day that it gets darker a little bit earlier, so that means that fall is coming around the corner? For some of you guys, the craziest thing I've been seeing is that it's been like 65 degrees in certain places. In Florida, we haven't really gotten no relief from the heat or anything, but I heard that it's turning fall for you guys, and I'm jealous, and I'm happy for you if you are a holiday season lover like I am. Hopefully we get a little bit of fall weather, but I don't think so because today there was actually like a heat advisory. But what I would like to celebrate is that today is we're recording this. Today is the last day of Mercury retrograde. And when I tell you guys, this retrograde has been retrograding. It's been since the 4th. And you always know that depending on the retrograde, you know, people try you. There's communication issues. There's technology issues. There's a bunch of issues that happen during retrograde. And I always explain astrology to people, like, if the moon can affect like the cycles of like the ocean and all that stuff, how do you think that the planets can't affect you and you're only like one little person? So this stuff definitely affects the way that you work, the way that you feel, the way things work, the way that everyone feels without you even knowing it, like just in the back of your mind, this is happening. And I know that some people have tried it real bad during this retrograde.
Real bad.
And they will be dealt with. But I'm just so glad to say that it is over with. Like, I hate retrograde. A lot of people, they can use it to their advantage, and I have sometimes been able to use even now. Like, I'm on my new journey, which is I'm trying to do UGC, you guys. Not trying to do, I'm actively doing it, which is user-generated content. And, you know, during retrograde, you can try new things, switch up your career a little bit. They tell you not to make any rash decisions during retrograde, but, you know, whenever I ever listened, obviously it wasn't my decision. I got fired while I was in the hospital. And now they're hiring for the same position, but they want to pay less money, which is ironic. But if I didn't get fired, I wouldn't have taken trying to do UGC seriously. And even though I'm not there yet, like I'm not even making part-time money yet, I am seeing that like this is an option for me. Just like with social media management. I like social media management, but I want to do social media management for my own brand. Like I want to do it for me and Aaron. I want to do it for Bravo Wear Black. So instead of focusing on building up other people's companies, once something like I'm waiting on something to hit, and once that hits, I can get back into getting, getting our brand back on track. And this is what we want to ask you guys is we want you guys to rock with us, okay? Because our content is going to start changing a little bit. By what I say is going to start changing a little bit, I mean that we're just going to be posting more and more about the things that we talk about on the podcast. Because right now, if you go down our timeline, most of the things that we post is about Bravo still. We're still going to post about Bravo because Bravo is very much injected into our veins. But all that's going to change is we want to post more clips from the podcast. We want to post more about, the things that we're watching, whether it's Bel Air, Industry, House of the Dragon, whatever is on. We want to post more outside of Bravo. And we always say that we're going to do it. But because it doesn't perform as good as Bravo stuff, we don't do it. And that's what makes us a little bit nervous to post outside of the box. With Love Island, it was a little bit different, right? Because everyone was watching Love Island. So if we posted one thing about Love Island, a bunch of people would like it just like that. But we have to start being okay with, hey, we're watching How to Get Away with Murder, or, we're doing a rewatch, or we're watching Only Murders in the Building, or we're watching Bel Air, or we're making memes about this. Like, for example, Tell Me Lies is coming up. I want to do like a meme carousel about Tell Me Lies. I want to be able to talk about these other, like Emily in Paris, talk about these other shows and not worry about it flopping. So what we need you to do, when you see our content come up on your feed, even if you don't really fuck with the show or movie like that, we need you to interact. We need you to engage so we can continue to post more. Because the more you engage, the more we get to post, and that will keep everyone happy.
I agree, guys. I absolutely agree. Make sure you support, make sure you show love, make sure you lift your arms up and you like that post, you like that picture, you like that reel, you share it to your story, you send it to your mom, you send it to your uncles and cousins, and you just, even if you don't like it, you pretend to like it.
Right, just for us.
Yeah, just for us.
But okay, so then let's get to it. This is the pop culture episode. You know that we like to start with our Black Excellence Award. Do you want to go first, or do I go first? Or what are we feeling?
Yeah, I'll go first this time. Mine is gonna go to Maxwell because he just did his Tiny Desk performance.
Yeah.
And listen, he sounded so good. He looked so good. This man does not age. He's literally a vampire. That's what I feel. I feel like he's a vampire for real. But I really just love him. I love everything that he does. Every time I see him, I'm like, oh my gosh. If I was born in 19 oh, but y'all go check that concert out for real because he did his thing. And I just love that we're bringing these artists that we used to love, like early 2000s, late 90s, and we're giving them their flowers and a platform to perform.
No, I totally agree. I just love the concept of the Tiny Desk concerts.
I do too. I would also love some performances from like people that we wouldn't expect. Like, oh damn, I was about to say
They do that.
I was about to say Tina Marie. Tina Marie is not with us anymore.
You just forget. You just forget. Yeah, that's okay.
What about Pebbles? Where's Pebbles? I like Pebbles. Pebbles had that one album, I think it was called Always, and that was a good album. Like Pebbles put her foot in that.
You know what? The thing is, if they did a Pebbles one, I would not actually necessarily be surprised because they did like a juvenile one. You know, like
Yeah.
they give people who are legendary in their own right, but maybe not. I don't want to say relevant, maybe not getting their flowers right now. They're like, hey,
Yeah.
remember this really talented person? They can actually sing, and we're going to do a live concert, and we're going to remind you of their hits, whether they are someone like Dua Lipa or Maxwell. You know, like they go. The spectrum
They
is
do.
so wide that I love it, and they even do it with new talent too. So, like people who've only been on the scene for maybe like a couple of years, they also have Tiny Desk concerts, and just that platform in general is just such a good platform and such a good show.
I actually want to see. That's the next one that I want to see. Hopefully, Candace is able to stop by and they get Candace to do one in the future because I listened to Deep Space Deluxe, loved it.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
don't know what it
deluxe
was.
hits. No, deluxe hits harder than the original one.
It
That's why.
does. And I like at least 4 to 5 songs. So that's really good for me.
I think that with Candace, I think that deluxe hits harder because she's constantly growing as an artist, like a serious artist. It's like
Yeah.
at first, you know, it's a housewife, another housewife that wants to sing. Then we had the whole debacle about like the music video. But now we're getting into this is a serious artist who can actually sing, who had another serious artist, Yusuf Dora, you know, kind of like
Mm-hmm.
with them, whether it worked out or not, whatever the situation was. Like this, she's constantly putting her best foot forward. And also, you know, she was singing, was that Tony Braxton? I think that she was singing recently, you know, people may not
Oh
have
yeah,
agreed or
yeah.
whatever. But the thing is, she is showing us that she's improving, whether she has a label behind her, whether she doesn't, you know, she is going into her mommy era now, and that is going to give her more inspiration, I feel. And especially since she has left the franchise, she's going to be able to focus more on one, obviously being a mom, but two, her artistry, which instead of, you know, seeing her arguing with these women that she doesn't really want to hang out with or wouldn't hang out with in real life, she's going to have that extra time to really, you know, get better and release these albums, these singles, these EPs. I know that she's doing like an appearance soon with Real Housewives of Politics. Shout out to them. And and Preston is going to be there also. So,
Yeah,
you
yeah. I
know,
seen
shout out to
something
them.
about that.
It's going to be a great time. But Candace is a good contender for Tiny Desk. I would only say that I think that she needs another project under her wings first.
Yeah. Yeah, I can agree with that. I can agree
One
with
more
that.
project under her wings, and then I feel like she would definitely be ready.
But who is your Black Excellence?
My Black Excellence is going to be everyone on the cast of Sonic 3 because Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is about to be a movie. And I mean that literally, physically, emotionally, you know, concept wise, unafraid to
Right.
reference or not reference, because they just announced that Keanu Reeves, I don't know, a single person who had anything bad to say about this man, is going to be on Sonic 3. Like this was teased before, but they confirmed it. Obviously, we have Tika Sumpter coming back.
Mm-hmm.
What's her name from Insecure? I forgot her real name, but you know, she's coming back. Shamar Moore is going to be on this third one. Idris Elba is going to reprise
Shamar
his
Moore.
role as hmm?
Who is Shamar Moore playing?
Shamar Moore. I don't know who he's playing, but he is going to be on
Hopefully
there,
that's
child.
live action, baby.
Oh, Randall Handel, Rachel's husband, who was an agent for Gunn.
I love it.
Yeah. Okay, her name is Natasha Rothwell.
Oh
Natasha Rothwell.
yes.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, he's going to be on there, and then Idris Elba is coming back as Knuckles. We're going to ignore the Knuckles show. We're just going to talk about the Sonic movie in the Sonic movie universe. Just like with, I don't know if y'all seen the that Ninja Turtles movie, the one that came out last year. That one was actually really good to me personally. The new one.
Yes, I did. I
Okay,
liked it.
I
Yeah.
liked it. It's on Paramount Plus if y'all haven't seen it. But they have a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and it's the same concept. It's in the same universe, just like the whole Sonic thing is in the same universe. They have a show out, and the show isn't as good as the movie. So I'm kind of like disregarding these little spin-offs for Paramount
Yeah.
Plus and the cable television, and I'm focusing on the movie. Movie wise, the Mutant Power, that's what it's called, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Power, and the Sonic the Hedgehog. This is going to be the trilogy. Jim Carrey is coming back. Thank God. Love Jim Carrey. Has been there my entire life. Like these are Keanu Reeves, Jim Carrey. Like these are people who have been there my entire life. So it just feels safe for me. And they're also playing these obscure characters who are just really, really good. So I can't wait to see Sonic the Hedgehog 3. A lot of Black excellence going on, Natasha Rothwell, Tika Sumpter, Idris Elba, and Shamar Moore. So that's going to be a really good movie, and I'm excited for it.
I can't wait to see it because we're getting Shadow finally, which makes me feel like we're gonna get another Sonic team. I'm ready to see Big. I really think that Meg Thee Stallion should play Rouge.
Okay.
And I'm gonna
I'm
stand
here.
on that. And if not Meg Thee Stallion, who else did I say? Didn't I give another option?
I don't know.
I don't know. But for now, it's
Just
Meg Thee
stand on
Stallion.
Meg Thee Stallion then.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand on Meg Thee Stallion. Now, Big, I definitely think that should be played by Saucy Santana.
Ooh. Let's check
Like
it
I'm
out
gonna stand
then.
on that. Yeah, yeah. So
Hell yeah.
I'm excited about it. The trailer looked great. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Like keep going. These animations are fire. And I just watched Despicable Me 4 again. Like I rented it at home. It was good.
So what do you want to get into first? Do you want to get into Basketball Wives or should we get into Bel Air?
Let's get into Basketball Wives first because
Okay.
Jackie Christie, the woman that you are, I did not. We sat here and we talked about how we didn't know if Jackie Christie was coming back to the show. We didn't know what direction the show was going in. You said that Jackie was just saying what was on everyone's mind and telling the truth once you think about it.
Yeah.
I'm saying I understand what you're saying, but she just says it so harshly.
Yeah.
You saying that Shawnee's back, so that's why she kind of like backed off a little bit. I'm saying I don't know what's going on. Evelyn is saying now we have it. Like Evelyn is, she ain't shit. Evelyn has decided to make peace with Jackie Christie, which I didn't even know that Jackie was coming back to the show. Jackie is not gone from the show after all that. After all that, what seemed to be her, I don't know, like her Irish exit, like her Kim Zolciak exit. She comes back the next week, and I'm just like, this is amazing. Because a lot of you have said there is no show without Jackie Christie. And I'm like, at this point, we need Evelyn, we need Jackie Christie, because we don't have Tammy. We don't have a lot of the other people.
I,
And
I,
she also
mm,
has come back allegedly taking responsibility of kind of like what she said. And I do like the element of bringing Laura Govan back into the group. I know you don't, but I like it because I want to see what's about to be said. I think that it is hypocritical though for Evelyn to bring Jackie into the group when she was just on Brandy's ass. Not Brandy, because Brandy. She was just on Brandy's ass about it. She was just on Jacile's ass about it. But she's like, well, I don't know. And I think that you kind of like stand Evelyn for this. She was like, I don't know. Like, I want her to go on the trip. Me and her are good. We're fine. So I don't care. You guys are gonna have to get over it.
I it's like I like it because the show does have to go on, but at the same time, that's the only thing that sometimes makes me feel like takes me out of it. Because I'm like, there's no fucking way that y'all were just at this table arguing. And I mean, Evelyn does not care for Jackie at all, not even a little bit. To now, it's like, oh, I can be cool with her. Come on the trip. It's like this shit is unbelievable.
Out the country with me.
Yeah, it's like it's unbelievable. And then it's like how quickly she got over it. And that's why I said a lot of this stuff it's like if this is real, it's true. Everything that she said on that phone was true. Cause it's like for you to just jump up and be like, you know what? Maybe she also thought about it and she was like, you know what? It's true. I mean, the proof is right there. It's on TMZ.
And that's why she kind of just was just like, I'm gonna get over it.
Yeah, that's the only thing that took me out of the element. And then when she was just so bold enough to like bring it up and be like, "Hey, y'all, I'm inviting Jackie to the trip." Everybody's like, "Well, what the hell? Like, what is going on?" It's just it's very strange. Even Brooke was like, "Girl, this is not what I wanted to deal with."
Yeah, I think that it was very well, that's the only thing that makes me question if it's real or not, because Evelyn is so easy to forgive and forget and then invite her out of the country with everyone. But then at the same time, Brooke is upset about it. So that's why I'm like, okay, maybe it is real, because Brooke and even Jennifer is like, well, why are you doing that? And Jennifer's like, I'm her friend. I've known her for 20 years and I don't know this Evelyn.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's very strange. So it's like, does she have something planned? Is she going to
Well, and then
sabotage
okay, so
Jackie?
then what do you think about the whole Laura Govan of it all? Like,
I hated it.
okay, I know that you hate it, but do you think that they brought on Laura because they thought that they lost Jackie? Like, what do you think the mechanics behind that, the
I
show
think
wise,
they
like producer
tried to
wise?
just bring like one person on that everybody would be like, and I mean, she does have a nice stomach. Like they showed that first, and they're like, see, now are you excited? And it's like, well, yeah, kind of. I mean, she does have a nice stomach, but once you realize that it's Laura Govan and she like burps in the camera, and you're
She
like, oh,
does.
well, yeah, you're like, okay, like what? So what now?
She does.
It's just very weird. And she's like, hey, guys, I
She's like, I
haven't
know I
been on
haven't been here in
Basketball
10
Wives
years,
in 10
but
years, but yeah. Did you smell that? It's like, what?
the ignorance, I don't even remember when she sat down with
She just
whoever.
did.
Like, I don't
It was
even
Jennifer.
remember.
It was Jennifer. She sat down with Jennifer, and Jennifer's like, I'm inviting Laura. And I'm like, okay.
I'm trying to figure out like the connection between them two though. Like,
I also don't, you know what? It would have been better if she brought us somebody like Kenya.
ooh,
Yeah, somebody like random that we really
really
haven't seen
unexpected.
in a really long time that's like crazy and random as fuck, like Royce,
Any of the
Susie,
OGs.
any of the OGs. Like Susie, I would have stood up. I would have been like, whoa, bitch, we got Susie back?
I thought she was just gonna bring Sunday.
Yeah, I don't want to see Sunday.
Me either. That's why I was kind of glad that it was Laura. And I remember that they said that she was coming back. I think they said that both of them was coming
Is
back.
she
I'm
gonna
not
bring
sure
her
though.
sister though?
I thought I read that somewhere that both of them was coming back, but
Because
I'm not sure.
if she brings her sister, then invite Shawnee back. Because I want to see something.
Because you want to come back for everything else.
Yeah.
Preacher's wife.
Yeah, I want to see something. That's what's gonna get the show going. Okay. Then at that point, bring Shawnee back full time because I need to keep seeing something like that would be really good. But Laura Govan by herself, I'm like, I'm not really interested. And it doesn't even look like Laura Govan all the way.
Well, this
It's
is
like
like
Laura
2.0.
Govan from 2059, like Planet
2.0.
813. You're
Lord,
just like,
Lord.
okay. It's a Laura from another universe, and they just brought her in. And she likes to burp in cameras, apparently. But that's what I got from it.
That's
I
why I feel like I knew it was the same Laura when she burped in the hair.
I want Brooke and Brandy to stop feuding. I'm okay with
I actually
Brandy
just
now.
want Brandy to leave.
Really? I knew you were gonna say that. That's why I said. That's why I beat it. I beat you to it because I was like, I know a lot of people are not a fan of Brandy. I just, I'm just like, why not? She's gonna keep coming back. So at this point, it's like, just stay. If you want to stay, stay. Like, just stay. Go. Because it's not gonna change. She's gonna keep coming back. She's not gonna stop. Because every time I say I don't want Brandy to come back, she comes back again.
It's like jinxing it.
Yeah, so at this point, I'm not gonna say anything. Just
And
let her.
maybe she'll just go on her own.
Just let her stay. She's not really hurting anybody.
She's
Evelyn is
not hurting
just
anybody, but at the
acting
same
weird.
time, it's like, stop, like, shut up. Like, I don't care. I don't know.
You know what? And that's kind of how I feel about Brooke too. Like, I love Brooke, don't get me wrong, but what she's talking about right now, it's like, I
I
don't
feel
think it's
like,
valid. I think she's still mad and
yeah,
upset about what Jackie said. And I think that's really what
yeah,
she's just taking. She's taking it out on everybody.
totally. No, and no, but I think that that is as she should be.
But why are you so
Because
mad?
because I feel like you don't talk about someone's dead daughter. Like, I don't care if it's true or not. If she is using her as a
I
storyline,
didn't say it was
like,
true.
like
Guys, I did not say it was true. Don't look at me like that.
I just said I don't care if it's true or
Oh,
not.
okay.
That's
Because
it.
I just felt
I'm not
attacked
pointing
for a second.
fingers.
I felt really attacked for a second.
It's not, I'm not laughing at that. I'm just laughing at this situation. I
Yeah.
don't care if it's true or not. I feel like you don't bring it up. And then on top of that, you did not sincerely apologize, or you did not fully apologize. You did not apologize
Because
because you
Jackie's whole
felt that
thing
it's
was,
true.
and I get what Jackie means. I don't think she owes anybody an apology. I stand on
Right.
that because this was a private conversation that she had with her friend. And
Yeah,
when
we
she
talked about
explained it
this.
with Evelyn again, it's like she literally
It makes
listened to
total
me saying
sense.
it. And
Yeah.
she just repeated exactly what I said.
Yeah.
And Evelyn's like,
We just talked
she's
about
not going to
this.
own up to this. And I'm like, no, because she didn't do anything wrong. She's talking to a friend, somebody
Yeah,
that she
she's
thought
venting.
was her
Like, the
friend.
conversation should have never gotten out. So
Correct.
why should she apologize for something that should not have happened? But unfortunately, it did get out. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
she also wants to hang around these same group of women. At the end of the day, Aaron, I don't care if you're a Leo, a Aquarius, or whatever you are not going to want to fuck with someone who you heard was talking about you like a fucking dog.
It
I'm not going
depends
to,
on,
especially about my child who's alive or
yeah.
passed away. Bye.
It
That, and
depends on what
it's
it
gonna always be
is.
up. That's why it's the difference between Brooke and Brandy is that Brandy, I don't care what she got going on because every time someone brings up her husband, she's like
Because that
you
man be
know
cheating
that
on
they're gonna
her.
bring up your husband because he literally fucked 315 other girls that
Why
were
did
not
she
you.
FaceTime him too? That's what I didn't understand either. I'm like, if my nigga cheated on me that many times, I would not put him on FaceTime and be like,
Wouldn't even exist in that reality.
what?
He'd be in a different
He
combo
doesn't exist
universe.
in the context.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. He would be in
Yeah.
a different, you would be in Laura Govan's universe. I would figure out a different storyline to have. And that's why I don't really care for Brandy on the cast because every time they bring it up, she just acts like they were on a show about it.
When do
Like
you
it
think
was
Jennifer's
just
gonna
too
find out that she's
much.
being cheated on? Or do you think she already knows?
She's being cheated on by Christian?
What?
Repeat the question.
This episode of Basketball Wives was so
No,
good, guys.
no, because I know he got arrested or like there's a warrant and they're about to get married,
I
but she's
just feel
being
like if
cheated on.
Brandy's getting cheated on, it's just Jennifer's getting cheated on.
No, I feel like you know something more specific, but you just don't want to spill the tea. Because
I
where did
don't.
that come from? Because you were
Tasha
literally
K
just
is
like
pregnant.
you're trying to throw things at the wall to see if they stick, and I can't get the fact that you just said that Jennifer is getting cheated on out my head. Do you think that it's fair? And even though I'm a Brandy self-declared, I don't want her on the show. I'm not going to say hater because I don't hate her. I just don't find her interesting. What do you think about Evelyn bringing up? Like, I felt like that was not necessary to bring up about how her man cheated on her, and she gave him.
But this is what I'm saying. Evelyn is. It's weird. It's getting weird because it's like, what did she say to you for you to bring that up?
She was
Like Brandy
defending
did not
Jackie, mind
even
you.
say nothing. Brandy did not. This is the one time that I will give Brandy. Brandy was just like
Well,
minding
I
her
think she
business.
was trying to say when I was trying to reconcile Jackie and Brooke, Evelyn did have a lot to say about it. She was saying that you're being a bad friend, and she don't know Brandy like that to be saying that.
But I
So
think
she
she's
was trying to
also
bring that
being
up.
a bad friend by inviting Jackie on this trip, knowing that she
That's
said
what
what she
Brandy
said.
was.
Yeah.
That's what Brandy was trying to get at. And then Evelyn, out of nowhere, comes and say, "Hey, remember when your husband cheated on you? Did you not have to have like conversations to kind of forgive and forget?" And I'm like, "What does that like? This
And
is the
see, me
one time."
personally, they don't have my heart because what I would have brought up, they would have cut the
Like,
scene
don't
right
you
there.
get tired of like getting thrown into the wall? Because I'm about to literally throw
No,
you into the fucking wall.
literally, literally.
Like,
And domestic violence is not funny, but if you want to be
laughing.
funny, because you know what, and that's what they needed to bring back. Who is that? Keisha, Tasha.
I
Who
don't
was
remember.
that kept making the jokes and she was like, huh, I almost headbutt you. Like, you remember that? And they literally kicked her off the show because she said it twice. Like, the first time she said it, she didn't give a fuck. And then they made her apologize. And she was like, oh, I almost headbutt you. She was like, I'm so sorry. Do you remember that shit? It was weird. It happened so fast. And everybody's like, why do you keep saying that? And every time she said it, Evelyn would get triggered. Like Evelyn would start crying or get triggered.
Oh my God.
Because that's what gets Evelyn. Like, I don't think everything else kind of like flies past her, but Shanice
Yeah, I was about to
and
say
Chad
Shanice.
Ochocinco, that hurts.
Literally.
That hurts. So if Brandy can hold on to that,
That's
I think
why I
Brandy will be
can't
fine.
be on cast, because if you want to go low, we can go to hell.
Right. Because that's the first thing that I would have brought up. I would have probably beat her to it. Shut up.
As soon as she would have said oh, she was about to say husband. Remember when you got your head busted in
Okay.
Miami?
We,
Like,
we
play.
please.
Fucking play.
I feel like we might get
Please.
canceled tomorrow. But I just hope I just I think they all need to play nice, is what I'm trying to say. It's
Not
like,
going to, because Jackie has started it all. Jackie has opened this can of worms. So if we're going to talk about it, let's talk about it. And Evelyn, if you want to bring Jackie back, who said all this shit about you and Shanice, then it's
I
open
think
for free
Jackie should
play
actually repeat what she said
on camera.
on camera.
Actually, bring a list and
Bring a
say what you
list
also say what you said, and say how you meant it, and say what you found it out at,
and
and
bring
add some
Tasha
stuff
K
to
on
it.
to like dissect it because they need somebody to like really
Bring
look
him on the
through it.
game. I mean, he ain't doing shit these days but getting people pregnant. Going on the Auntie's podcast, like the fuck.
Child Shanique.
Hmm. Well,
You
yeah.
know,
Again, another good episode of Basketball Wives. They are in Mexico. They are about to bring on Laura. They're about to bring on Laura Govan, and we're about to see what goes down. What goes down on Basketball Wives. Now we gotta go. Okay, we gotta go to the next subject.
Bel Air, guys. Bel Air has been eventful. I will
So
say
what just
that.
happened? Because it's only been 2 weeks since they literally put that shit out. But they're like, here are 3 episodes, here are 3 more episodes, here are 3 more episodes, here are 3 more episodes.
I'm like, calm
And I'm
down.
like, wait, what structure are we going by? And how many episodes are going to be in a season?
I don't know.
Basically, this season, Will and Carlton just came from rehab. Will decided that he no longer wants to play basketball, but he saw his dad walking around, and he's living in California. And he's like, how can my dad? And that's how deadbeat dads are, like in real life. Like they will literally be in the same city as you and don't come see you. Dumbass. I'm trying to just, anyways. So he sees his dad, that kind of triggers something in him, and Carlton will decide to, they have to get a summer job because they want to have this business idea, this business plan. They end up creating Black Success. It's like a clothing brand, and Will is kind of putting his all into it. And so is Carlton, but Carlton is also trying to make sure that he stays sober. Now, their love interests, both of them, they have love interests. Obviously, Lisa was Will's love interest, but she's kind of busy with swimming, and she's kind of beefing with that girl that he met last season. And then as far as Carlton, he met this girl in rehab who kind of has him on the wrong track. I'm very nervous about where that is going to go. And, Will decides that he wants his mom to spend the summer with him for a little bit because, he saw his dad and he saw how Viv and Phil are. And he's like, you know what, maybe my parents can, even if they don't get back together necessarily, maybe they can, be in the same room as each other. So he called his mom down. They have some good times. She buys all her vitamins and minerals and all that good stuff from California. And then he's like, Mom, I want you to meet up with my dad so you guys can just get over it. She ends up meeting with him, and that is good for him, I think, to see resolution between both of his parents. And he also finds out the reason, and well, not the reason, because the reason, but he finds out the story behind why his dad went to jail for so many years. So that's basically Will's storyline right now. And his mom wants to know, is he really done with basketball, or is he focused too much on this clothing line or whatever? Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, Carlton, his chances of going to Princeton seem to be pretty slim right now because everyone found out that he went to rehab, and everyone is either looking at him with pity or he's about to fuck up again, which I feel like he is. And that's, Carlton's storyline. Ashley has decided that she wants to produce music, so that's pretty much her little storyline. I thought that it was going a different way, but I don't know what's going on with Ashley.
She just bops.
Yeah, she's there. She's serving face. She's young, and we have seasons for her to develop. So I can't wait for that. Now, Coco Jones, aka Hillary, she has the most interesting storyline to me.
Me too.
That's the one that I care the most about. Aaron, would you like to tell the people what Coco Jones's, aka Hillary, storyline is?
Well, right now she's engaged, about to be married to a man, and she's also
thank you for breaking down what engaged means.
Yes, about to get married to a man. And she's also kissing on Jazz after the party. I guess they had a little moment. Ashley seen it. She reported back to Hillary, and she's like, listen, it seems like your whole shit is fake, to be honest, because I just seen you kissing this boy and you're supposed to be engaged. And she was like, well, I'm sorry to tell you, but that kiss really didn't mean shit because I'm still about to get married, and that's just what it is. So then
she wanted to tell the guy, right?
And she wanted to tell the guy, and then he fell out.
Because he's a football player.
On the floor because he's a football player. Now, what was it? What was wrong with him? An aneurysm?
Some kind of thing. No, I don't think it was an aneurysm. I think his heart stopped.
His heart stopped. He has something going on. My thing is, I'm trying to figure out: is this supposed to be the guy that she was with in the original series? Oh, you remember the one that got killed with the yes? Is he based off of that guy? Because he died. You remember?
Yeah, when
he lost his life parachuting or some shit. Yeah. So I'm like, are they gonna do it like that? because I kind of feel like that's where they're going with it.
That would kind of eat.
Yeah, I think it's pretty heavy. So I'm curious to see how they're gonna play that, because it seems like this show and the original show has its similarities.
Yeah, the mirroring,
But it also has differences. So it's like it could
of
go either way.
course. Yeah.
But who would you like to see her with? Would you like to see her with this guy, or would you like to see her with Jazz? Me personally, I think she makes a better fit with this guy. Like, I
She's a
like her
better
with
fit with this guy,
Jazz.
but I would say this guy, but he can't play football no more, allegedly. I think that's what they're thinking. So if he can't play football no more, I'm out of here. Like, it's too early for that. I'm sorry.
Well, doesn't he still get checks?
It's not going to be like, okay, so medically he's going to have to pay for a lot. He's not going to be like this baller that just took her to Paris for 8 weeks or however long they was balling out in Paris or wherever they went at. So, she's kind of back at square one because, she is an influencer and she kind of got off her game, which is why we had Karuchi there telling her, like, girl, like, don't tell on yourself because you're going to need that money because you're going to have to start making, she's going to have to start making money now. Before, she had rich parents, she had her own thing going. She was doing it because she wanted to, but she might have to start doing it because she has to, because she thought that she was set because she was, engaged to the rich dude, but they've dated in the past before. But, Jazz has no money. Jazz's storyline is that his shop is going to close if he doesn't pay those back taxes. And Phil's storyline is that he's working with the company that is trying to buy Jazz's shop and close it down. And that's pretty fucked up. But yeah, so Jazz ain't got no money. This boy about to not have no money and he's sick. So I don't know which way she's going to go. She might be single again and we might get introduced to someone else. But that was a good point that you made there, that this could be like the quote unquote Trevor of the series, because I remember that from the original show. Like, I watched the episode a lot because, as you know, this is a drama. So it's going to be more serious. Just like when he fell out, it was serious. Like when he passed out and that whole thing happened, I was like, but on the original show, it was hilarious because he was just like, will you marry me?
Yeah.
Flat looking boy.
And that was it.
And that was it. But I don't know which way she's going to go. I don't know which way the story is going to play out. I don't know if Jazz is going to come back into the scene with her, because at the end of the day, we all know that she still has feelings for Jazz. Like, the way they look at each other, the way they talk to each other, the way they can't stand each other is for a reason. And, it's just been really good. Okay, can we talk about Phil and Vivian's storyline? Tell the people what's going on with that, the whole situation in their marriage.
Now with them, I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I was a little sleepy. So I want to know, from what I'm remembering, didn't Phil cheat on Aunt Viv? Like, he shared a kiss with somebody.
Yeah, like,
and it was like
his old flame kissed him. He kind of like backed away from it and was like, no.
And he wasn't going to tell
keep
Viv.
It a secret.
Yeah,
he was going to tell Viv, but she wanted to keep it a secret because this is someone from their past who did that same thing when they were like in college. I believe they had like a love triangle thing going on. He didn't want to tell Vivian because he didn't want to open that up again. Because in the meantime, Vivian's friends are talking about how they have open marriages and how they be dating other dudes. And Vivian is a very gorgeous woman and she still got it. And she had a young chef that was hitting on her earlier in the season. So it's like, is she thinking about opening up their marriage? Is she thinking about leaving Phil? They kind of like tease at that.
I think she should hook up with Jeffrey,
who's going through his own thing. That would be messy, though. That would be really messy.
I would like to see it because it's like he's there and he's good looking and they look good together. They do look good together.
He got his own thing going on. Okay, so they had the OG Jeffrey come on the show as like this gangster from England, talking about, his son and how he left England for like a better life. So it was crazy. Did you like seeing the old Jeffrey come back, make that cameo? Because so far in the series, we got one of the Aunt Vivs, we got the original Ashley. So it's just like every season we're getting cameos from the original show.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool. It was nice to see him.
Yeah, you didn't give a fuck.
I didn't.
Yeah,
I did not about him. Yeah, it's like certain people I care, but like Aunt Viv, I was happy to see. But Jeffrey, I think also because I just seen him on Queenie, which was that Hulu series.
Oh
So it's like I kind of got my
yeah.
dose of that, and I was like,
Okay,
oh,
like
Jeffrey.
it wasn't like, oh my god, that's Jeffrey. Like
Yeah,
you just saw him, so it was like, oh,
yeah.
Jeffrey again.
Again, he's working. I'm happy to see they you know
Love to see that.
he's getting a check. Now this brings me to ask you because I did hear that they're doing a different world. They're going to be putting that out. Are you excited about that?
No.
No? Okay.
You know what I am excited? Sorry, you
Because
guys.
I asked everybody that I have asked, including my mom, they're like, no, I don't think so.
I think that a different world, you just leave. You just kind of leave. It's a show you kind of leave. And that's how I felt about The Fresh Prince too. But they did it so well. And I understand that they're trying to do it in the same way that Bel Air, like they see how Bel Air is. Because what I am excited about is that Martin Lawrence is going to bring back Martin, and it's going to be kind of like Bel Air. It's going to be more of a drama, more so than.
Is he? I know he did share
Yes.
that video that was out for a while, and it was like you remember that trailer they did a long time ago? I didn't think he had anything to do with that. So
I don't know if he has anything to do with that trailer, but I know that recently it was announced that he is going to be involved in a more serious version of the Martin show, just like
they all want to do this shit now, and I really
well,
want to see
I
it.
understand though, because Martin and Will just did Bad Boys, and not just that, they're like best friends. So if you do something and it's very successful, and we kind of do the same, we have the same background, I'm gonna ask you, hey, how did you do that? Playboy, like, what do you think I should do if I wanted to bring back my show? And I think that's exactly what happened on like the Bad Boys set.
I want them to do Family Matters.
I think there's certain shows that I'm so nervous for them to touch, like Fresh Prince, that I didn't even want to watch Bel Air, even though you know Will was a part of it. I was just like, we don't need this, but he, convinced me to watch it, and it was good. Martin, I'm like, I know that Martin is friends with Will, and I also feel like the Martin show, like the ending wasn't as satisfactory as the ending of Bel Air. So I'm like, okay, that can be done again. A different world. I just feel like getting all these people back involved with it. I just don't really care for it.
I mean,
I want to be left alone.
I think it could do well in a sense of like promoting kids going to college and like focusing on degrees and things like that. Yeah, because Grownish is over. I think it would actually be a good replacement for that. And maybe we can even get some cameos, because I know they're never going to bring back the Cosby Show, and I don't expect them to. But that's a spinoff from.
You can cross reference.
They can bring the Huxtables
into the scene,
because that's what it is.
I would prefer Family Matters over A Different World, though, and that's a very unpopular opinion.
No, I would agree with that, actually. I could see that, because I think it would almost be like a Lincoln Heights, I feel.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you have the officer, you have Harriet, you have the girl who went in the basement.
I also like the wacky element. I want them to keep the element of Steve Urkel being
Stefan.
Stefan. I want them to keep that element the same, very much so, and get a
and don't do nothing different, word from word.
Get a fine to play.
And they're gonna show nudity.
Yeah, put it on HBO.
That's what I would like to see.
Put that on HBO, not Peacock. Peacock is, Peacock show a little something. But
they show a little ass here and there.
They don't show HBO.
HBO show ass. HBO like, what y'all want to see tonight?
Nothing's off limit. And they show it at 9 p.m. In my seat.
And I'm like,
They
they can't have this many prosthetics.
You guys are lying. You just don't want to tell us.
Right. Because I'm like, it's too many prosthetics on set.
Too many prosthetics, and also it looks too real.
Some not
What
right.
material is that?
And who is the makeup artist that's literally taking the time to do this?
And how do you apply? Say something. Or intimacy coordinator. I'd love to be an intimacy coordinator.
Listen,
Not kiss.
not kiss and touch.
If that's okay.
But that's it. Did you have any final thoughts on Bel Air?
No, I'm just liking the show. Are you guys watching it? I want y'all to watch it. It's a really good show. I also like the soundtrack.
Yeah,
really like
they do have good songs.
Oh, you guys, this is random. I saw Blink twice. And I usually don't go in and I don't see horror movies or
How was it?
It was weird in a good way.
Because they played
Beyonce
in it, and that's why I want to go see it.
That's the only reason that I remembered. Because I want to also give my and you said a different world. I want to give my Black excellence also to Zoe Kravitz because I really loved Blink twice. I didn't know what to expect going in there because that commercial didn't really say that, and they just said it's gonna be crazy. And Channing Tatum was on there, and I want a Channing all over your side. And they did a lot of promo for it. Channing is just coming off of playing Gambit, so to see him play this role, which made me extremely uneasy once we started to understand what was happening on the movie, baby. Range, okay? He has range. Zoe's vision. You know how you would watch not necessarily just A24, but like if you've seen movies like The Menu, like weird, edgier seat, like off your rocker, what's going on here in movies, and also movies that respect like photography and like vision and like aesthetic, all of that. It respects all of that while also, telling a story. And I love stories that show female rage and, more importantly, female revenge. So I would say go and see it, especially if you like psychological thrillers. I don't necessarily like thrillers like that, but I wanted to support Zoe Kravitz. I also wanted to support Gambit. And I also wanted to support the lead actress whose name I'm blanking on, but she was excellent in it also. So Blink twice was good. It was good. And you guys are not going to expect anything that happens.
You're talking about Naomi Eki?
Yes.
Whitney Houston. She played Whitney Houston. She played in that other show, End of the Fucking World, I want to say.
She is so good in this. And I just want to know, where the hell is Jess to this day? And if you saw it, you know what I'm talking about. And I want to know, all you guys, if you guys saw it, what are your theories as to where Jess is, or what happened to Jess, or is she coming back? And I want to know your theories of the ending, because that shit was just like, what? And also, did you like the aesthetics? Did you like anyone who's seen Blink twice? I'm dying to talk about it. So DM Bravo Wild Black at Bravo Wild Black. Okay, so speaking of things we're dying to talk about, the last thing we're going to touch on here is Teen Mom. I know it's been about 2 weeks since we were able to talk about it. So what is the update on Teen Mom?
I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I got y'all excited, but it's not really anything going on.
Wow.
I just want y'all to keep watching. Honestly, that's really what I had to say. But I will say that we're getting more of a Leah and Allie storyline. Allie is really discovering who she is as a young woman. She's a teenager, and she is disabled. And Leah is coaching her and trying to be there for her in the best way she can, while also giving her the freedom to move how she wants to move in school. One of the biggest problems is that Allie does not want to use a wheelchair. And that's kind of the struggle because the doctors are telling her that maybe it would be good because they don't know if her bones are strong enough for her to walk around and maneuver around high school without this wheelchair. But she also, I guess, doesn't want to become dependent on this wheelchair, and she likes the freedom of being able to walk around. So we're seeing Leah and Allie go back and forth with that. But I really admire Leah in how supportive she's being towards her daughter because it's like as I'm looking at this, I'm like, I don't know how I would handle this situation because it's like I would probably be very overprotective of my child. So the fact that she is like really using the tools that she learned in therapy and kind of taking a step back and letting her do what she wants to do while also, offering her a hand and offering her assistance. Like it's just such a beautiful thing to see. So that's one of my favorite storylines right now. Bree's mom, Roxanne, she went to rehab. She's out of rehab now. I'm not gonna say it again, but she's out of rehab now, guys. And Bree's sister Brittany, she didn't really want her and Roxanne, their relationship is still really strained because she feels like she has unresolved issues with Roxanne. She doesn't feel as if she was like she was as present for her as she was with Bree. So that's like one of the problems that they're having. She also just does not trust Roxanne for whatever reason. Um, so it's like they're all working on their relationship together. Roxanne is having a little bit of difficulties, like getting back into the swing of things. Like in the real world, she's always tired. She feels drained. Like it's taking a lot out of her because she no longer has this drug to rely on. So it's kind of tough to see. And then Cheyenne, we're back to the basics because she's doing the same shit that we do every season. We're seeing Corey go off to the challenge because he doesn't. I just can't take it anymore. Corey is not going to the military. Why they do this every time he leaves? It's like they start crying and shit like that. Like he's gonna be okay. We don't need to keep seeing this shit. It's so boring to me. I do not care. Oh, his babies miss him. Okay. I miss my daddy too. So, and what? And I didn't have anybody with cameras in my face, like paying me money to like tell them how I felt about it. But kudos to them because they're getting paid for the bare minimum, the basics, the and all of that. The most interesting thing about this thing is that Taylor feels hurt because Corey has not proposed to her. She's having his babies. She's not, I don't think they really invited her ass back to the challenge. So I think she's kind of mad about that as well. Not that she said it, but this is just how I feel watching the show. Um, but she's right now she's upset because she feels like Corey is never going to propose to her. And she's like, it's only a matter of time before I get my ass up and I leave him because I don't know how long I can stay here and continue to do all this stuff while not being married to this man. And I also think that she sees Cheyenne's life and how Cheyenne is with her husband and how happy Cheyenne is. But it's like, Taylor, you have to understand Corey and who Cheyenne is with, they're two completely different people. Even if they are the same skin tone, they're two completely different people. So what Cheyenne's man is doing for her, Corey is probably not going to do for you. And that's why he keeps going back to the challenge. He keeps going back. And it's like, I don't know why they keep inviting the same man to the challenge. I don't know why they keep doing it. I really don't know. And I'm not even trying to be a hater, but it's like I'm so tired of seeing it. Um and last but not least, Caitlin and Macy pay Amber a visit. Amber, during the visit, while Caitlin and Macy are over to Amber's house, Amber's new boyfriend, who's also named Gary, he proposes to Amber on the side of the couch. Like it's the weirdest thing. And I just felt really awkward and uncomfortable. And I actually turned the show off. And then I came back to it because I was like, okay, I gotta finish it. But it was really weird. It put me in I just didn't want to be there for a second. But yeah, he proposed to her. And she said yes, and she's really excited about it, but she doesn't want to tell Leah because she just feels like she wants to spend time with Leah and focus on that. It's her birthday. They have a birthday party at Gary number one's house, which is Leah's dad. Um, and Leah doesn't, it's the same thing. She's not really connecting with Amber on that level because she doesn't feel like Amber has been present in her life, which is understandable. It's like she's such a sweet girl, though. And I feel really bad for her. And I do hope that her and Amber can connect because I know it's very hurtful to see your child call somebody else mom and have the bond that you want with your child. It's like the bond that you're trying to have with your child, she's sharing with a completely different woman. So I know that's very difficult. And I can imagine it's very difficult for Leah too, because she just does not see Amber in that way. It's just a very unfortunate situation. But that's what's going on Teen Mom. Hopefully the next episode is better. Like I said, y'all, I have went back to Teen Mom 2. And that's what I've been watching because nothing beats Teen Mom 2, especially the first two seasons. Woo! Like when I say they are on it, like Kay, I even think that you would enjoy Teen
Don't
Mom
bring me
2.
into
I'm
this. Like, don't
serious.
bring me into this.
Because
Because I'm on my way to a Jersey Shore rewatch.
the drama that they have in this show.
But does it carry over to this one that we're watching?
Yes. I mean, but even like they have a good, some of the people leave. Like Caitlin, she leaves. So she leaves the show, but she gives you a good 6 seasons, a good 7 seasons. So it's like you feel like,
No, that's fair.
yeah,
Like,
after a
not
certain
everyone has
point,
to be there.
you're
Some
like,
people's
okay.
stories are complete, and also some people you might just not want to see.
But the first 5 seasons are strong. Like specifically the first three, Janelle and Kiefer,
Mifa.
strong. Like strong. Chelsea and that guy that she's with, um, but she has a show now on HGTV. Shout out to Chelsea because it's making me miss her and that accent that she has. Another one is Kaylin. Kaylin came a long way
I remember
from living in that boy's
hearing that name.
from living in that boy's basement.
T.
And then you remember his parents. Y'all remember, if y'all watch this, y'all remember what the fuck I'm talking about. Living in his parents' basements, and they told her, they were like, the rules are you can stay here with us, but you can't have no boyfriend. You can't date anybody else but our son. Like, if y'all remember how crazy that shit was, and she went and she did what the fuck she wanted to do, and they found out and they kicked her ass out, like that
That's one thing
shit
about me. I'm gonna live my life until I can't
is.
live it no more.
And the way he calls her a whore, like when she explains to him, she's like, well, yeah, I'm seeing somebody else. And he's like, yeah, because you're a whore. And it's just so, the way he talks to her, and he's like, you're a stupid ass bitch, you're a stupid bitch. Like he just says the worst
Do they even
possible.
bleep it out on Paramount
No,
Plus?
they
That's why it's
don't.
hitting harder. I think it's hitting harder
Some
because when
things
you
they do,
originally
but
saw it,
some
they
things
bleeped out
they
a lot.
don't.
We're in 2024. Like, I think that they put like unedited version, not unedited, but like
They
uncensored
pick and
versions
choose. Like they
a
pick and
little bit
choose.
sometimes. Mm-hmm.
And then just to hear Janelle, like Janelle's mom call her a bitch, like you're a stupid little bitch. Oh my gosh, like we're here, guys. And I had this shit turned up on 12. Like when I say this shit is turned up, y'all don't understand. Like this is
So where
peak.
are you in your rewatch?
I'm on season 2 of Teen Mom 2, not Teen Mom 1. I don't really care for Teen Mom 1, but Teen Mom 2, season 2, episode 3. That is where I'm at right now. And I'm telling you, it is worth it. I was talking to
When did you
myself
start your rewatch?
last week,
Mm-hmm.
and I was talking
When
to
you were sick.
myself. Yes. And I said that I will put this against I will put this up against any reality TV show right now. To this day.
Up against
To
Love
this
After
day.
Lockup?
To this day. Love After Lockup. This is quality.
I don't know,
Do
because
you
that sounds
understand?
interesting.
I'm telling you, the affairs, what's going on?
And mind you, they were what? They were what, like 19?
16.
Oh,
Not
16 and
even
pregnant. But this isn't
16,
16 and
17.
pregnant.
This was like literally, you go to 16 and pregnant. If you make the cut, you get on Teen Mom.
Right.
So it's like, this is like literally maybe a few months after, or like a year after. So they're
So
like
like they're 17.
17. Yeah, are still 16. Like some of them are still 16 because not that much
That's
time has
crazy.
passed. Yeah. So it gets real, like it gets real.
Gosh.
It's so good. I would not tell y'all nothing wrong. Like when I say it is good. Like what a time. And I rewatched it before, but not like this. It's like it's something different.
You watching it on Paramount Plus. I think that's
Yes.
it keeps you in it. Like when you watch it on streaming, especially Paramount, something about Paramount Plus sucks you in.
And it's something about that MTV thing that they do before the show starts where a bitch
Right.
just does a cartwheel like randomly in the middle of a field. Like it's something about that shit. And they flash the lights.
Just so real. Like this is the intro. Welcome. I'm a teenager and I have a child. Sit down and watch.
And this is back in the day when they didn't have Vanessa holding Dr. Drew back. So
Why
it
does
was
Dr.
to
Drew
the
need to be held back?
because it was to the like he was asking them kids like, are y'all fucking? Are you using protection? He'll go down the road. He'll be like, you using condoms still?
This is
No.
Jocelyn Hernandez
He'll
of
be like,
Teen
no.
Mom.
You gonna talk to me after the show? You using condoms? We gonna talk to me after the show. You pregnant again? Why? Where's your mom? Bring her out.
Fair.
Like they did not give a fuck.
Fair.
This is good.
I believe you
This is
completely.
good. I'm telling you.
I believe you
Y'all don't understand.
completely.
Like, but that's all I gotta say
Because this
about
is
Teen
airing at the
Mom,
same
guys.
time that like Jersey Shore is airing, and now these kids are the same age that their parents were
Kaylin has
on Teen
moved
Mom.
17 times.
That's the crazy part about it. I just saw that Farrah bought her daughter a fucking Cybertruck.
Wow.
Is
How did
Farrah
she get
on
the
Teen Mom
money?
too?
No, she's not.
Which one is she from?
She's from the original. She was on Teen Mom OG. The one with Macy and Caitlin and
See, in my head, that's all one thing. Like all the Teen Moms are just Teen
no.
Mom.
They had a Teen Mom 3 was off the fucking chain, but
But
it
that one
had
was more
one
recent, wasn't
season.
it? Yeah.
They had one season. Teen Mom Young and Pregnant is the most recent. And that's what
Oh,
that's where Ashley came from. And they're
okay.
good. They're good, but
I'm still not understanding where is her name Cheyenne and Corey. Like I remember Corey because well, I think Cheyenne too, they were on Are You the One? But I'm like, how do you get from Are You the One to Teen Mom, especially when I don't think that they had their kids when they were teenagers.
that's a good question. I didn't remember. I always
Like,
just remember.
I just want to know why is she on there or how or like what's the connection? What's the pipeline? Does someone know?
Was
Because I
she
know that a lot of people who watch Teen Mom has requested that Aaron cover this, and y'all might know. Like, what was she on? Where is she from? Or how old was she when she had her children? Like, what is going on?
Oh, she was 23.
Right, she was a grown ass lady.
But she says it won't deflect from her ability to relate to the other young
No, I
moms.
don't want to hear that. Bye.
I
These
think
bitches were in the trenches.
it's and it's true. It's really unfair that they just threw her in, kind of like how they did Sarah Palin's daughter. If you remember
Right.
that, that was
But at least they kicked her off eventually.
that shit was random as fuck. Never do that again. I was just like, what?
That pissed you off so bad, but also it was like, well, what is she doing?
To replace who? That shit really rubbed me the wrong way. But
Because she was Sarah
they took
Palin's
her
daughter.
off
But at
immediately.
least she was a teen mom,
I
though.
reached out.
That's my
I was like, stop playing with me.
Bristol, I'm sorry, but
Because it's not funny. Like,
if you're looking for who turned your ass in, he's right
me.
here.
Because that shit was not a joke to me. I'm like, you guys can play with a lot of things, but don't play with Teen Mom. We have a formula too. It's like, I don't want them to do a reboot. I just want to follow the same people.
That's why I'm like so
That's
confused why it's still called Teen Mom. Like they didn't
It's Teen Mom
rebrand. They were
next
just
chapter.
like, there should be no teen in it.
It's the next chapter.
30,
they're like fucking 50. But they're still, it's like you still want to know what's happening.
Even
like I still want to see what's going on
are
with
literally
Janelle.
teens. No, and I think that it could, you know, like the show is fair. Like, having them on there is fair. I'm just the name in general is that's what bothers me.
Yeah, of course. They need to change it, but you know, I think they should just go for moms. And I think they tried to do something like that, but it failed. Because everybody's like, no, I just watched Teen Mom. And they're like, okay, whatever.
But these are the same people. And they're like, no, Teen Mom. I feel like you were one of the people who were like, no, Teen Mom.
Because it's something about it. It's like, that's what I know.
It's like, yeah, it feels nostalgic.
I'm
like,
comfortable with that. Don't call it Mom.
So called, but the thing is, you know what? I can relate because Jersey Shore is still called Jersey Shore Family Vacation, even when they're in Miami. Like they're nowhere near Jersey at all,
and that's just what it is.
Jersey Shore.
And don't you change it?
Yeah, so that's fair. That's fair. Never mind. I answered my own question as I do because I'm all annoying. So, well, is there anything else to happen on Teen Mom?
No, that's it, guys. I would just recommend a Teen Mom 2 watch party. If you've already seen Teen Mom 2 and you feel like you don't want to see that anymore and you want something different, watch Teen Mom 3. They had one season that was really, really good.
And what was honestly, the craziest thing that happened on Teen Mom 3? Because you're like, Teen Mom 3 was...
Oh, Teen Mom 3, like when
tell me something that was out of pocket.
Bree and Roxanne, they're from Teen Mom 3.
Okay,
they came from Teen Mom 3.
That's where they're from. That's why they act like
that. But the
craziest
thing about it was probably that girl, I forgot her name, like from the jump, she was screaming. Like the first second she came on. And she's like, I'm dating a guy and I think he's still doing fucking heroin. And he goes to the gas station and I think he takes too long coming back. And she's like, you're fucking doing it again. And like the cameras go crazy. Like when I see the camera start fucking shaking. And then her mom's like this nonchalant blonde lawyer. And she's like, honey, I don't care. Like, what are you guys arguing about now? But it's just like the perfect dynamic. Everything is perfect.
Perfect storm.
A guy's losing his money, can't pay his bills because he has a gambling problem. Like, it is
real. Like, real.
And they have accents. Like, I think one of them, she might be British.
What?
Like, it was a mix of a lot. When I say, like, and at the time, Brie had the Rihanna shortcut. Like, it was, like, a lot going on.
Same. I think I had it at that time, too.
Yeah. Yes. Real. Yes.
Like a beast. I mean, remember? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But you guys watch that. You guys tune in. You guys watch, what is the movie called?
Blink Twice.
Blink Twice. Watch Bel Air. Watch Basketball Wives.
Okay, the plot sir is going to be, what would you rather, or what are you more, because both of them are coming back, what are you more excited about? The A Different World reboot or the Martin drama series?
I wouldn't say Martin.
Yeah.
No. I mean, when you put it like that, like, yeah. I mean, I have no choice.
Yeah. All right, y'all, we love you so much. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you guys for being patient with us when we are not able to be on the pod. I took a break, then Aaron took a break, then I might take a break, then Aaron might take a break. Listen, we might just have Kendrick come up here and just host a show one day.
Honestly,
Bravo, we're black, and tell them we said it.
If you want to host the show, just message me.
Host the show
because I'll let you have it.
Listen,
just don't say anything that I won't say.
And that's not a lot. So you don't really have a lot of restrictions. So if you're saying something that we won't say, you saying something wrong. Nah, I'll leave it at that now. And we'll see you on Saturday. Bye.
Love you.